Hey there, Becca here from Inside the Square, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to set up the promotional pop-up in a Squarespace website. Now, at the time of recording this is a premium feature that's only available in business and commerce plans. There are a lot of different layouts and design settings for each one inside Squarespace. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'll show you how to set this up step by super simple step. We are inside Squarespace, and I am using version 7.1, but this tutorial will work for any version of Squarespace. Your promotional pop-up will be the exact same way, even if you're using an older site. So what we're going to do today is enable the promotional pop-up, we'll pick one of the layouts to work with, and then we'll explore the form, text, and image options. Now on our left-hand side, we have our main site menu here, and we're going to scroll down to Marketing, which should be the fourth option for you. When you click on Marketing, you can select Promotional Pop-up under the Engagement section. I'm going to click Promotional Pop-up. This is where we toggle on Display Pop-up. Now, it is important to mention this is a premium feature. It's only available for business and commerce plans. If you're on a personal plan, you can't use the promotional pop-up feature at the time of recording this video. But assuming you're on business or a commerce plan, you're ready to rock, let's take a look at all of our options here. We can change the layout. We can choose the action that we want people to take for this pop-up form. We can adjust the content, the display and timing, the image that's used, and change up the style. It's important to notice this style right here. This is where we change fonts, colors, and animations for the pop-up. This is separate from the content on the rest of our site. If you can see my site title right here inside the square.co, that font is actually Poppins. That's my brand font. But that font is not here on my promotional pop-up. We're going to need to make some changes to the style, and that's done here in the promotional pop-up menu. Now, before I get too far ahead of myself, just a quick recap. From our main menu, select Marketing, your fourth option down, and then select Promotional Pop-up under Engagement. Now this is where we toggle it on, and let's make some changes. First, let's take a look at the layouts. We've got quite a few different layouts to choose from. This has an image on the left and content on the right. This layout doesn't have an image. This is just text and then the action that you select. This layout places an image on the top and content on the bottom. This layout has a big image in the background. This one does as well, but you'll notice this one has two different actions here. And scrolling down here, this actually changes the placement of the pop-up. This will place it on the bottom right-hand side of our page, and there's no image for that one. We've got this one that places it at the bottom of our site. Down here at the very bottom, again, no image. We have this one, which is full page and has a large image in the background. And then last but not least, one more full page option, which has an image on the left. So if you want to use full page, you have these two options down here, image on the left or full screen. Scrolling up, if you want it to be small and not center of your site, you can select the bottom right option or have this show up on the very bottom of your screen, stretching full width. And if you scroll up, these are our options for placing the pop-up in the center of your page with an overlay. What that means is this pop-up will show up and will have a slightly different color, a slightly opaque background that lays over the content of your site behind the pop-up, really bringing it into focus. The options you have for that are image on the left, no image at all, image on the top, or image behind. And when you're talking image behind, you can choose this one or this one with two different actions, two different layouts there to choose from. So let's go ahead and work with this layout. A lot of the options here we'll find in just about every other option. This will give us a chance to explore how to add an image, change our text, and change the style. Let's stick with this layout, and we'll go back here and scroll down to the action. This is where you can select a newsletter form or buttons. If you have them sign up for a newsletter, you can actually use Squarespace campaigns to send them an automatic email with more information after they've signed up on the pop-up. This one says join our mailing list, but let's say you're offering a discount. Having them send the discount information immediately can be super helpful. If you don't want them to fill out a form, you can select the click a button option, and this is how you can add multiple buttons. Now, if you'll remember, we had one layout option that showed two buttons stacked vertically. This action option will show these buttons stacked horizontally. So I'll show you an example here. I'll say one button says shop and the other says learn. You'll notice that these are placed side by side. If you want those options to be stacked vertically, choose a different layout. Now going back to the newsletter here, there are a couple more things I want to cover. This email field placeholder text, you can add whatever text you like your best email address, whatever you're comfortable with. And for subscribe, you can also change this to giving them an offer. Maybe something that says, I want the coupon, totally up to you. You also have a disclaimer text, which is super customizable. If you have specific terms and conditions, you can write out the text, click here to read all terms and conditions, highlight it and link that to the terms and conditions page on your site. Now, this is not legal advice, just a great option that is totally available that I wanted to mention. You can link to anything inside this disclaimer. You can also use bold, italicized, or underlined text. Now, for storage, this is where you can link it to Squarespace email campaigns or connect it to another service. For verification, you can send them a confirmation email through Squarespace campaigns. And if you want to set up a Google reCAPTCHA, you can do that here. The last option is post-submit, and this is the content they're going to see after they submit their information on that form. Let's say you have a promotional offer that everyone gets when they join your mailing list. You can add it right here in your post-submit message. If you really want your coupon code to stand out, you can use HTML to format it even more. You can make it an H1 tag, which will make it really big on your site. You can give it a background color, all kinds of HTML stuff that you can add here if you're comfortable using that code language. If you're not, just type your post-submit message here. Now, scrolling back up, I'll select Save for our action, and it's telling me, oh, you need to connect to Squarespace email campaigns. And we'll go ahead and just click that option here. Even though I don't have that enabled on my demo site, let's pretend that I do. Now here you can choose your mailing list. If you have one for this particular promotion, select it here. I've got an example list, so I'll select that and we'll go ahead and select Save. A quick little plugin right here. If you are interested in using Squarespace campaigns, I did a live workshop on this in October of 2022, and a link to watch the replay is available at insidethesquare.co/campaigns. All right, back to the promotional pop-up. So we have our action here. Let's take a look at the other options for a promotional pop-up. Scrolling down, next up we have the content to edit. This is just the text that's going to be there. We'll be adding the image and changing the style later. For the content, we have a headline and we have body text. Pretty simple and straightforward, but important to know, inside the body text, you can link to anything. You can also make parts of this text bold, italicized, or underlined, but again, highlight any word and add an active link. For the headline, it's just going to be text. We don't have those additional editing options. Now, scrolling down here, display and timing is something that's a really cool feature inside Squarespace. We can change what page the pop-up shows up on. Right now, I have this set to any first page, so the first time someone is on my site. I can select only certain pages if I only want it to show up when they're checking out my online store or my blog, for example. Click this toggle here and select a specific page on your site. I'll go ahead and leave this for any first page and we'll keep going. Next up, we have timing. We can have it show up on a timer, on a scroll, or both timer and scroll. Now, what does that mean? Showing up on a timer means after 5 seconds or after 30 seconds. When someone's been on my site for a while, then they'll see the pop-up. I can also select immediately and it will load at the very beginning of my site, but I don't recommend that. It's kind of annoying. Give someone a couple of seconds to get used to what they're seeing. Now, if you don't want to use a timer, you can select show on scroll. So if someone is scrolling through your online store and they make it halfway down the page or close to the bottom, like 75% down, they might be looking for something specific like a coupon code. If you select 75% down, the pop-up will only show up when someone is close to the bottom of the page. Show on timer and a scroll, guess what? It's a combination of both. You get the idea. Now, this is another cool feature that I love about Squarespace. We can change the frequency. If someone signs up for this newsletter, you can toggle this off and they won't see it again. You can also toggle off mobile. If you don't want this to show up on mobile device, you can toggle that off. I recommend show on mobile because I want everyone to have the same website experience no matter what device they're using. Now, if they decide not to interact with this pop-up, you can change the frequency at which they see it. You can make sure they see it the next day or anytime they visit your site after 24 hours of seeing it. You can show it to them again within 7 days, again within 14, within 30 days, or opt to never show it to them again. Completely customizable there. But again, if they do sign up for it, you can toggle on don't show again after newsletter sign up. So if they do fill out this form, you don't have to show it to them again. I recommend toggling that on, and I recommend showing it on mobile so everyone has the same experience. All right, we've got our settings there. I'll select save, and we'll go back to our other options here. Next up, we have the ability to add this image. Now remember, not every layout has an image. If you don't see this over here, you're not going to get the option to add one. But if we click on here, we can add any image that you want. I'm going to use my favorite image of Gus the pineapple, the super cool pineapple with sunglasses that I adore. It'll be placed on my image. There we go. Now it's uploaded. And now we can see Gus on the left-hand side of our pop-up form. Now this is something not a lot of people know about, your image focal point. Let's say you upload an image, but you'll see Gus is a square and this is a rectangle. If he wasn't in the center of my image, maybe I only want to show just the right side of Gus, I can move that focal point over and see how he shifts. Pretty cool, right? This circle will be the center of that block. If I scoot it over to this side, Gus will go over there, but luckily he's in the center of my picture, so I'll leave that focal point right in the middle. After you've added your image, scroll down here and we can change the style, our very last option. Here you can change the font for the headline. You can see here that it's set to that standard font, but I want to choose Poppins. That's the font that I'm using on my site. So I'll select Poppins, and there we go. Now it's starting to match my brand. You can adjust the weight, which means how bold the font is. My font Poppins has a lot of options for weight. Not every font will. If you only see a few options there, that's just because of the font family. Luckily, Poppins has a ton, so I can choose 100, which will be a super thin font, or I can choose 900, which will be really bold. You've got some other options here for size, letter spacing, text transform, line height, and style, which is how you can make it italicized if you want to, but I think this looks perfect, so I'm going to leave my headline alone. Now, if you want to change the color, click on this circle and grab any color from this color picker. If you highlight over these numbers here, you can type a color in yourself. I'll use a hex color code, and that's way too light, so I'll go ahead and drag the circle over. Let's go for that blue instead. Kind of a teal blue. I like it. All right, now we can change the body font as well. Again, I'm going to use Poppins because I love that font. So I've clicked on font, I'll click on the font family, and we can already see Poppins right here. And there we go, now it's updated. That looks a little too small for me, so I'm going to go ahead and use this toggle to increase the size. There we go, I like the look of that a lot better. Scrolling down here, this is where you can actually change the background, not just of the pop-up, but of the actual overlay for your site. Do you see how mine is a bit of a gray? If I select this gray and actually scoot this over to make it more of a blue, check it out, we're changing up the overlay color. And I want it to be a little less transparent, so I'll move that over, maybe a lighter blue. I love it. That's what we're going to go with. And again, if you have a color in mind, highlight over that text and type the color code there. Hex color code, HSLA, RGB, have fun with that. I'll click out of this, color behind text. This is the color for my pop-up itself. Maybe I want this to be a slightly light yellow so it looks a little more like Gus's style there. Go ahead and scroll over and select that. Looking a little more stylish. All right. And scrolling down here, we do have some options to add a custom overlay to the image. You toggle this on or toggle it off. If you toggle this on, it'll create a custom color. If you select custom color overlay, this is how you can adjust it. I want Gus to be completely visible, so I'm taking that all the way to the left, making it totally transparent so Gus can shine through. Now scrolling down, we've got our button option. This is where, once again, we can change the font, and by now I'm sure you know that's what I want to do. We'll change it to Poppins, and now it'll match my site. Perfect. Let's go ahead and increase the weight of my font a little bit. I want that to be a little more bold. All right. We can change the style of that button, having it solid, outlined, or raised. I like solid, so I'll leave that. And then here we can change the shape. You can round the corners a little bit, making it slightly softer, or make it the pill shape, the classic button shape. I think rectangle looks perfect for my site design, so I'll leave it there. Here's where you change the color and text color for your button. I'm going to select color, and let's go ahead and make this a vibrant green. How about that? All right, that really stands out. Now for the text color, I'll leave that white so it'll be light on that background, and I think it looks great. Scrolling down here, we've got just a few more options. Because we're working with the newsletter, we can change the layout style, having it inline or stacked. I prefer stacked because it gives me more space for my button text. If you have a very small text for your button, you might want to choose inline, or if you've chosen a different layout than this, inline could look great, but I like stacked. For the input design, I have it outlined, but you can also just select an underline if you want it to be more simple, or a solid rectangle. I really like outline, so I'll leave it there. Now the font for my input field is not matching everything else, so let's change it. Click this option and select Poppins. There we go. And here you can adjust the size. I'm going to make that just a little bit bigger. Awesome. The field itself for the input can be changed as well. Anytime you see the circle, that means you can change the color, but it kind of matches Gus's sunglasses, so I'm going to leave it. Then you can adjust text color and border color, and last but not least, we've got one more font, the disclaimer font. Let's go ahead and change that to Poppins. Perfect. Now it matches my brand across the board. I'm going to leave the disclaimer color exactly the way it is. Now next, we've got the close button. That's up here on the top right-hand side. I've selected icon as the default, but you can actually have it say the word close if you want to. I prefer to use icon, so I'll leave that there. Now the location is inside. It's in the top right-hand corner, and it doesn't go over the edge of my pop-up. If you select corner, it'll be up here on the page. I think having it on the pop-up looks a little bit better, so I'll leave it inside. And for color, let's go ahead and make this a vibrant green as well. There we go. Scrolling down here, you can adjust the way that the pop-up shows up on your site. I have the fade in animation selected. You can choose slide in, which looks like that, or scale up, which kind of zooms in. I think fade looks great though, so I'm going to leave mine at fade in. Scrolling down here, you do have some options for an advanced layout. I recommend leaving that disabled. If you want to play around with it, you give it a try, but I think that's perfect. And then last but not least, we have some mobile-specific options. You can enable mobile-specific styles and change up the color and the font, including font size for a smaller device. But personally, I think it should look the way it does on desktop, so I'll disable that option. Completely customizable and totally up to you. After you've made all of those changes, you can select Save, and your pop-up might look as fabulous as this one featuring Gus, the pineapple. Now, we just covered a lot of content, so I'm going to recap this really quickly. From our main menu here, you select Marketing, and then you'll select Promotional Pop-up under the Engagement section. From there, you can toggle it on. Scrolling down here, this is where you can change the layout. I'll go ahead and select Save. I toggle it on, and Squarespace is making sure I want to leave it like that, even though I might be making changes. I'll select Save. Here in this layout, we have these first ones, which will show up with an overlay, a color that is showing up behind the pop-up that overlays the content on your site. This one features an image. This one doesn't. This one has an image on the top. This one is an image behind, and this one is also an image behind. Over here, we have one on the bottom right-hand corner and one at the very bottom of your site. And then last but not least, we have full page pop-ups, totally an option that you can enable. Scrolling up here, this is the one that we've selected that allows us to have an image, text, and a form. After you've picked your layout, you can change your action, choosing a newsletter form or adding buttons. You can change the content, which is how you change the actual text that's showing up. You can change the display and timing, having the pop-up show up on a timer or on a scroll position. You can also change it so it shows up on specific pages, not the first page. Super cool feature to mention. Now, scrolling down here, we also have the image. There's just one option there. Drag and drop the image if that's available for the layout that you've chosen. And then style. That's where we change the fonts, the colors, and even the animation, creating the fade-in effect. Now, one thing that you might be wondering is how do you display text after someone fills out the form? If you're offering a coupon or something and you want to change that, hop into Action, and that's where you'll make that change. Under Post Submit, this is where you can change the message. You can say thank you, offer a coupon code, and even use some HTML if you want to get really creative. Now, this is super important. If you're using Squarespace campaigns, this is where you add them to a mailing list. If you want to trigger an automation to send them a promo code in their inbox, make sure you select the right mailing list here. Again, when we're in our promotional pop-up menu, that's under the Action option. There you'll have storage, and this is where you add it to a mailing list. Lots of stuff to cover, but I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Alrighty, that's it for this tutorial, and I've outlined those steps in the description below. Now, if you're brand new to Squarespace, I want you to enroll in my Getting Started course, available now at insidethesquare.co/start. I've got 9 videos that'll walk you through the basics of setting up your Squarespace website. That's insidethesquare.co/start. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a like and a comment, and definitely subscribe to my channel because I post a brand new Squarespace tutorial every single week, and I want to make sure you catch the latest. Thanks again for watching, and most importantly, have fun with your Squarespace website. Bye for now. To learn more about all the cool things you can do with Squarespace, head on over to insidethesquare.co. There you'll find hundreds of free tutorials just like this one. That's insidethesquare.co.